What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all, so that way you get notified of all our latest content. You'll be the first to know immediately whenever we drop our vlogs and our material on this channel. So let's get into it. A little bit of fun stuff's been going on social media, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. And yeah, so the recent fun's been going on with Jake Paul, and we know the Paul brothers, especially Jake Paul, YouTube sensations. They're guys that have made an absolute fortune off of YouTube, and they're very comical characters. They're always making jokes. They're always dissing people. Jake Paul was apparently dissing Canelo, and he made a Instagram video, and he said that, yeah, there were some kids in the ring at Canelo's fight with t-shirts with my face on it, man, and rear, and Canelo tell them, get the F out the ring, and blah blah blah. You see, I'm in his head, I'm bothering him. And he was even like, it's mad what these guys do, because they're really not boxers, but they're just so mouthy. Like, he was even saying in one of his videos, oh yeah, Canelo, we can do it, man. Why don't we do it? You want kick the kids out of the ring, let's get in the ring together, let's fight, blah blah blah. Because he knows that Canelo has in the past said that these guys are basically, they're a mockery. They make kind of a mockery of boxing, because they're kind of jokers outside the ring, and they're kind of sort of showmen and comedians, and they're jokers. Like the things that they do is kind of a joke thing, but you have to respect it, because they made millions off of this whole thing, off of this YouTube thing. So it's one of them, innit? But when it comes to the sport of boxing, they kind of show a lack of respect for certain people, like a Canelo, who's, he's a great fighter. Even the other brother Logan was talking about, oh yeah, Floyd Mayweather can't spell and can't read and blah blah blah, and Floyd was talking about, yeah, I'm gonna fight him and all this silliness. And it's like, it's one of them, innit? They're just, these guys are just that generation. So the latest thing was, they were on a thread together, him and Tyson Fury, and Fury apparently said in a thread, yeah, this Canelo fight was boring, no one watched it, Jake Paul was agreeing and liking it, whatever. And then apparently Tyson Fury said, yeah, I've got a fight for you, my brother, blah blah blah, do you want to fight Tommy and that? So as we know, Tommy is Tyson's brother. He's a 4-0 novice professional. I don't think he had many amateur fights. I think he actually had under 10 amateur bouts, Tommy Fury. So Tommy is kind of learning on the job, very much a raw novice. In his pro career, he's been fighting journeymen. A lot of people were taking a mick, because the last guy he fought, I think, was actually, he'd had 9 fights and lost them all, sort of thing. But he was just a tough guy. He was just one of them journeyman types, and that's the type of guys he's fighting at the moment. He's knocking them all over. He's looking good doing what he's doing, but he's very much a novice as a professional. So, Jake Paul sort of responded and was like, I like you, Tyson, but I don't know who your brother is, and blah blah blah. And then lately, what they've been doing, they've been going back and forward with Instagram videos against each other. You had Tommy Fury putting on a wig, a blonde wig sort of thing, and saying, yeah, dude, blah blah blah, how can you take yourself seriously looking like this? And they've just been sort of having a little back and forth thing at the moment. Tommy Fury said he's definitely up for the fight. Jake Paul has been sort of just laughing and just making a joke out of the whole thing, and saying, yeah, you're just saying you're just kind of a small fry. You're just the little brother, the little man. You look like an action figure. And they've been trading certain barbs back and forth. Even John Fury, the dad's been getting involved, saying, yeah, Jake Fury, we'll have you next, blah blah blah. But the dad, he knows it's a joke and whatever. But yeah, this is one of them where, for me, I think it's a good laugh to have a look at it. It's a good laugh seeing the back and forth. It's quite funny. But I think this is one of them where it is kind of a mockery, but this is a fight I probably wouldn't mind seeing because Fury, although yes, he's a real boxer and everything, he's also kind of a reality TV star himself. Like he's been on that Love Island and stuff, so he's also got a big fan base and all the girls love him and all that stuff. And Paul has also got his massive YouTube fan base, and I think this is one of them where, because Fury's a novice himself and Jake Paul is a joker beating up the YouTube and a basketball player, and that this might actually be one that would make a bit of sense in a certain way. I think, of course, Fury would bash him up. Fury beats him up, but Fury still is kind of a novice. He's kind of green as a pro. So yeah, it's one of them that would be almost in a sense a bit fairer than Mayweather beating up a YouTuber or whatever. This at least is the guy's a novice. The other guy's a YouTuber who thinks he can box and thinks he knows what he's doing. I think for me, it's one of them scraps that I wouldn't mind seeing this thing. I wouldn't mind seeing it at all. Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. It's a bit of a mockery thing, but you know what I mean? It's like they're going back and forth. Might as well have a little fight. But yeah, it's one of them. I don't think it will happen. I think it's just kind of a social media thing. But yeah, we'll see. Let me know your opinion of this whole YouTuber boxing thing. Jake Paul going back and forth with Tommy Fury. What do you reckon on it? Reckon anything becomes of it, or do you just think it's just smoke and mirrors or whatever? But anyway, let me know what you think. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out. Catch you on the next one.